Let me tell you a story. It was a normal ranked session. Really, the only thing notable about it was the fact that I was kinda throwing. But then again, I do consider that normal anyway, so I'm not sure if that's even notable. Over 100 of you were watching me get flamed by my solo queue teammates live on stream. Some of you did decide to join in, but then again, I would consider this normal as well. The session was truly ordinary. I assume you looked at the title of this video before clicking on it, so I think you know where this is going. Clearly, I am in no mentality to celebrate too early, since I'm pretty much expecting to lose every single game. And that can only mean one thing. I was about to ruin someone's night. Meet Billy. Just to be clear, I'm not sure if Billy is his actual name, but I'm gonna call him that anyway, because it sounds funny, and also his real username has his phone number in it, and that would be pretty dumb if I put his phone number in a video. Some words I would use to describe Billy would be goofball, aggressive, and halfway tilted. This is important. On the other hand, some words I would use to describe myself are goofball, methodical, and halfway tilted. Clearly, we're very similar in terms of our current state and mentality, but very different by our style of play. You can probably see how things will end up clashing here. I should also mention that the reason I'm only halfway tilted right now is because despite losing so many games already on stream, I haven't actually D-ranked in any playlist yet. The reason for that is because I split up the losses between 3v3 and 1v1, so I'd be losing a decent amount of games in each playlist and not just piling it all into one. But looking at my MMR in ones, I knew that if I were to lose this next game, I would D-rank out of Grand Champion, and I'm sure that would send me into full tilt mode. This match was not only a battle of who would walk away with the W, but also who would walk away with their sanity. Right off the bat, at the first kickoff, you can already see why I described both of us as goofballs. We had this little, interesting exchange to start off the match, but unfortunately for me, Billy ended up coming out on top after this interesting exchange. I was one step closer to being in full tilt mode. About 30 seconds later, I ended up striking back with whatever this is. I'm honestly not exactly sure what this is. Even looking at it from Billy's perspective, I still don't know what he was doing. But then again, it makes sense that he would have questionable decisions since he is, after all, halfway tilted. At this point, I think it's safe to say that my mentality, although it's not completely stable, it's not putting me at a huge disadvantage right now since Billy here seems to be on the same boat. In our next play, I had possession in front of my net, but I unfortunately had one of the most tilting 50-50s of all time. It's the type that somehow puts you turtling upside down at the end. This, of course, resulted in a goal as well, and I was once again working from behind in terms of tilt and scoreline. Next up, it looks like Billy here tried to set up a ceiling shot, but unfortunately didn't land completely on the ceiling. That's tilting for sure. But it's fine for him because due to my massive amount of tilt I already have, I'm not even able to punish, so he turns out to be just fine. After that, I found myself shadowing, but Billy decided to go for a demo, and he finds it. This is where Billy's aggression really starts to show. But this play doesn't matter because I actually spawned just in time despite the nice shot placement. Soon after, he got another demo, tilting me just a little bit further with each one, and then he won a nice 50 to make this a 2-goal lead. Okay, let's pause for a sec. In a situation like this, even though I'm only 2 goals down and anything can happen, looking at my current mental state compared to Billy's, I would confidently say that Billy has this win 90% of the time. Sure, it is possible that I could score 2 kickoff goals in a row and immediately be back in this game, but how likely is that when you take everything as a factor? In my experience, not very likely. This is a very tilted man right here. Something very lucky would need to happen for me soon so that I would not only be closer to winning the game, but it would also shift our mentalities to being on even playing fields. About a minute later, I actually did find myself catching a break. Billy ended up putting on a soft flick, which I easily saved, followed by missing a demo and then a mechanical mistake on the counterattack. Best part about this was that I barely had to do anything. I kind of just drove in a straight line, and it worked. I'm sure if the play did require some skill, I would have totally messed it up. You can see, judging by my next attack 20 seconds later, yeah, I think I would have been screwed if he actually put on some decent defense. After that failed attack, I found myself with another uncontested play, but I slammed it straight into the crossbar anyway, and then struggled to keep possession afterwards. I'm only down by 1, but this is not looking good. It's like I'm playing with the mechanical ability of a platinum right now. But guess what? This doesn't even matter because, as I already mentioned, sometimes you don't even need to work for your goals. Remember how I said I consider myself a methodical player? Well, the past 3 times he's tried to demo me, I was actually paying attention. So when he went for another risky demo attempt this time, I was actually ready for it, and then all I needed to do was drive in a straight line. I proved earlier that I can at least still do that, so now suddenly we're almost on even ground. At the very next kickoff, I actually won it. I'm making a big mental comeback. It's happening right now. I even ended up scoring something that requires at least a little bit of mechanical skill. Now suddenly I've got the lead. The tables are turning. Actually, no, they're not, because you got to keep in mind that I still suck right now. So on the next play, I completely forgot to defend my own net and just gave him a free goal. It was all coming down to this. Tie game, 39 seconds, both players halfway tilted. In this next sequence, Billy knew exactly how to handle me. He found 2 demos on me within 20 seconds and kept on the pressure the entire time. At this point, you can tell that whoever scored next would be at a huge advantage in mentality. And unfortunately, things did not go my way. But wait, you didn't forget the title of this video, did you? Things weren't over just yet. I think you can guess how this one ended. So basically what I'm trying to say is you should never celebrate too early in Rocket League. Also, this video is way more dramatic than it should have been, so don't take anything too seriously. Okay, bye-bye.